Hey Juwan, Rutgers ended on an 18-2 run. Seems like allowing runs has been kind of an issue in the second half in a lot of the recent games. What kind of makes it so difficult to stop the bleeding?
Yeah, great question. And to answer your question, the best answer I can give you right now is what stops the bleeding is pride. Pride to have the mindset to go out and wherever the play it is, it has to be one of those where you got to roll your sleeves up, get your knees dirty. Those are the type of plays that we need. And like for example, driving to the basket, doing that stretch run that they had, that's got to be where you got to have pride to want to sit down and guard and not allow a blow by, or offensive rebound where you got to have a certain level of fight and commitment to playing physical by starting with the basics, boxing out, and pursue the basketball. If you box out, your opponent won't get the basketball, and that's what also helped key their run. And then on the other end, because it became a compound mistake when the ball is not going in for you offensively, then you get into your thoughts and you forget on what to do on the defensive end. And then when a team scores, then that's when the doubt comes in. And so that's what was displayed during that stretch run.
On your left with Steve.
So I want to talk about the challenges that you're facing right now. This is someplace that Michigan hasn't been in a long, long time. Last place. Talk about how you're facing that and what the first step out has
Yeah.
been.
That's true. Like I never seen last place before in my life. When it came to playing on the collegiate level here, and also now coaching. And this is the first time that we're going to figure out a solution to get out of it. And we're not going to, of course, just give in to it. We're going to continue to work in practice, drill what we feel are the habits that will help us, and then at the same time hold guys accountable when you're not doing your job. Then, of course, you can come sit next to, because primarily I'm always standing up, so you will sit next to Coach Howard Isley or Sonny Washington.
Wojo.
One, the second half collapses have been a common theme. Is something not getting through to the players from you guys, from the coaching staff? Are they not following it? Are they being careless? What is happening?
No, I don't think it's no careless. I think, like I just stated earlier, the doubt when a team make a run. The team made a run versus when we play Ohio State here, and we were able to capitalize off that run, not, of course, have that mindset of, uh-oh, here we go again, or look around, and if a guy didn't do his job, point the finger. And I'm not saying that happened out there, but it has something to do with. There is where you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, it starts with me first, and then you got to get uncomfortable and during those moments of who's going to take charge and be a leader when things are, of course, are getting out of whack. And I searched around, I watched faces, and those faces didn't look like they're supposed to be happy, but it didn't look like there was a sure of confidence that I didn't see from the group.
Tom.
Juwan, obviously the 19 turnovers and the 40 to 32 disparity in rebounding was a factor, but I think Namari said last week at the Iowa game that communication has been an issue on the defensive end. Do you see it that way? And has that been addressed in practice?
Always addressed in practice, man. Everything. Let's take a pick. Everything is always addressed in practice. We have a great staff that we've done this before and had success while doing it. But the buy-in has to be reciprocated on the other end as well. And when you have the buy-in that you're going to do what we practice and apply it, it works. It's been proven that it works. 1 year that was COVID, but that team, they got healthy and they were going to make the tournament. And how far, we really don't know because the season stopped. The second year, that team, went to the Elite Eight. Then the third year, that team, went to the Sweet 16. The shit works. It does.
Andrew?
One, if you don't mind, you were marking up the box score to start here, or?
Yes, I was marking up like the 19 turnovers, you know, basically what I've seen before. And like you touched on, you're giving 19 extra possessions to your opponent, you're gonna dig yourself in a hole and have to work a little bit harder. When you give up 22 points in the paint, that means there's a problem with your defense where you gotta take ownership of getting the stop and communicating on defense, like Mari talked about, with whether rotation, whatever it was, with the coverages, it has to be done with getting the information out, and it has to be where it's transferred and then applied. All works together.
And then maybe this is silly, but given how second halves have gone, have you considered just doing something different just for the sake of it?
Yeah, I've considered, you know, maybe going with my walk-ons. I know they care. They're gonna give a lot of what we asked. They're all dialed in.
Connor?
Kind of in a similar vein, Juwan, when you're in a skid and you're in last place, how do you get guys to buy into that pride and sort of leave the doubt behind? Because it seems like it's pretty difficult.
We're gonna keep rolling up our sleeves and keep teaching. You know, that's all I know. That's all my staff know. And we love doing what we do. You know, giving back to these young men, giving to the game, you know, giving to what others have given to us. We will not stop teaching.
Liza, and then we'll go Steve, and that'll be it.
When you have a 9-point lead at halftime, kind of knowing the pattern.
Excuse me?
When you have a 9-point lead at halftime, kind of knowing the pattern of what's been happening in recent games, what do you tell the team? How do you try to get them to refocus? What do you do at halftime with the lead?
Stay dialed in, stay locked in.
And do you think that's working?
Stay dialed in, stay locked in.
Steve, you wanna close us out?
Juwan, Terrace was talking to us, and he said that Doug was watching a game on TV, and he told the guys on the team, man, we don't look together. And the players said that struck a chord with them. Talk about that situation and why it might be.
That's a strong statement. And within the locker room, if that's the case, if you really care about winning, fix it. You know, come together. You know, I like what I saw, you know, where we had a stretch where they went to the foul line. I'm speaking of as the Rutgers, and you know, the group was talking. I don't know what they were talking about, but they were huddled up. That shows a sign of togetherness. But we got to do that for 40 minutes.
Appreciate it, Coach.